Hey guys, it's Young Moon Plays. In this video I'll be discussing the upcoming game called Lies of P. Set to release on September 19th, Lies of P is a Souls-like game similar to Bloodborne and Sekiro. I played the demo 5 times and watched several videos that the Lies of P YouTube channel has regularly released. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Let's begin. The game takes place in the once booming city of Krat, that is now overran by a variety of murderous puppets. The player themselves plays as a puppet, oddly called Geppetto's puppet. The story is loosely based off the classic tale Pinocchio. Geppetto's puppet is left immobile on a train called the Blue Fairy, which is the name of another character in the classic tale. We are awakened by a soft voice and a blue butterfly that replenishes our lifeless body. The voice tells us they've been looking all over for Geppetto's puppet, which probably couldn't find us because we are sealed in a train car. As we walk, we meet another character named Gemini, who is a guide and makes cricket noises, like Jiminy Cricket from the classic tale. After interacting with Gemini, the soft voice introduced itself. Her name is Sophia, and she tells us to come to Hotel Krat for an explanation of what's going on. Unique among other puppets, the puppet we control can lie. Other puppets in Krat cannot lie because they are bound to the Grand Covenant, which are certain rules or laws that dictate how puppets operate. The fourth law of the Grand Covenant is that a puppet cannot lie. Geppetto's puppet is not bound to that rule, giving it the ability to deceive and be perceived as a human. Gemini is a puppet also, but does that mean he cannot lie like most of the other puppets? It would be nice to have an honest guide. Another unique trait Geppetto's puppet possesses is its left arm. The Legion arm is a versatile tool that can be changed in certain situations, along with the many weapons in Krat, but has a certain amount of ammo, limiting usage. After Sophia warns us that the streets are not safe, the player is given a choice between the 3 weapons/builds. The options are a quality build, a dexterity build, or a strength build, with corresponding stats and weapons. We also have a grindstone that can restore our weapons when they grow dull. Armed with a weapon and joined by Gemini, we open the sealed train. We are met with broken bodies and scattered luggage as we step out to Krat Central Station. Immediately we are met by violent robots that resemble station workers. After using our new weapon, we enter the station building and pick up our healing item of the game. Like an Estus flask in the Soul series, a pulse cell restores health and can be recharged by hidden enemies when the cells are depleted. We learned that the Grand Exhibition was supposed to take place sometime in the 1800s. Its purpose was to bring people from around the world to marvel at the creation of puppets. But there were no humans at the station at all, just puppets. Even the Grand Exhibition statue itself was a puppet. We explore the station and find notes and fragments of ergo, which is an energy source that gives life to puppets. At the end of the station is a huge puppet wielding a police baton. This is the hardest enemy we've faced so far. After defeating him, he drops Krat Central Station main entrance key. We find the door, unlock it, and enter the station plaza area. A broken stargazer, similar to an unlit bonfire or undiscovered site of grace, is there for us to rest at. We can also level up here, thanks to Sophia lending her power to it. She has the power to turn our collected ergo into strength or whatever stat you want to put in it. Again, she urges us to make our way to the hotel. The plaza has a variety of puppet enemies, and a linear map design that's not too confusing. There are many items to pick up, like the note that tells us that the grand exhibition was delayed because of a catastrophe called the Puppet Frenzy. The Puppet Frenzy began on Rosa Isabel Street, resulting in hundreds of casualties. The cause is still unknown. The weapons in Lies of P have distinct blades and handles that each have their own fable art, which is a special move. These moves require a certain amount of fable, or the blue bars on the top left of the screen. Fable can be gained by attacking enemies with weapons. There are many different fable arts for different situations. After exploring, we come across the Puppet Show Festival area. A merchant, seemingly the first human we have met, is there to buy and sell goods, along with a puppet for us to practice on. One of the best items the merchant sells is Electric Blitz Abrasive, an item we can use to add electric damage to our weapon. We open the gate and are confronted by a massive boss puppet called the Parade Master. After defeating him, the Parade Master says, "You could have given the king a great festival." Does that mean there's a puppet king we need to take on? Parade Master drops the parade leader's ergo, aka 5,000 souls, and quartz, which is a gem used to bring out puppets' abilities. The hotel is now nearby. An item called Hidden Moonstone is nearby the hotel. It is an item used for weapon upgrading, so it's super valuable. As we go up the stairs, Sophia warns us that hotel security excludes puppets, and that we have to lie. We knock on the door and have to prove our identity. The player is given a choice between human or puppet. If we truthfully say puppet, the defense system rejects us. If we lie and say human, we are welcome inside the sanctuary of the Grand Covenant, but not before a notification that says your springs are reacting. As soon as we enter, the finest maiden in any Souls-like game is there to welcome us. The train we woke up in at the beginning of the game is called the Blue Fairy, but that is also a perfect description of Sophia herself. She says she has searched all over Krat to find us. She instructs Geppetto's puppet to find Geppetto, somewhere in a scary neighborhood called Elysian Boulevard, and that she will explain more once we find him. There are others inside the hotel, a butler puppet that hasn't been affected by frenzy, an old sickly lady that owns the hotel and gives us a new outfit, and a young craftswoman that helps us upgrade our weapon. The old lady tells us our lies are a special ability, and that Geppetto's son is like family to her. The young craftswoman gives us a new Legion arm from Geppetto. She is from the Workshop Union and was taught by Geppetto. After upgrading ourselves and weapons, we exit out the back of the hotel to the Elysian Boulevard entrance. An elevated rail car is damaged by a mysterious figure. Gemini tells us they're from the Black Rabbit Brotherhood and that he hates those guys. We find another broken stargazer and move on. Along the way, we defeat different kinds of puppets and find lots of items and traverse through the boulevard. There's a weeping woman in the petrification disease zone that asks us to find her baby. Just below her, we find another huge puppet like the one at the end of Krat Central Station. He's one of the hardest enemies in the demo. He drops the Krat Police baton head and Krat Police baton handle. Beyond him, we find an elevator to the new stargazer we found. There's a merchant inside that sells a weapon that does electric damage called the Electric Coil Stick. It is highly effective against puppets. We eventually reach Alchemist's Bridge. A message tells the player that all puppets will be destroyed. At the end of the bridge is a human shouting at a trolley for Geppetto to come out. The stalker, called Mad Donkey, thinks Geppetto knows what caused the puppet frenzy and accuses him of working with a faction called the Alchemist. He then turns to us, realizing that we are a puppet with the intention of killing Geppetto and us. After the mad donkey gets put down, someone exits the trolley. It's Geppetto, and though we are covered in blood from our first human kill, he smiles at us and says, "Finally we meet, son." Didn't the old lady and owner of the hotel say Geppetto's son was like family to her? What could that mean? But after a short greeting, Geppetto instructs us to take the stalker's key and get rid of the frenzied puppets in City Hall. This part made me feel like I was just a puppet to Geppetto, just a tool to clean up the city of Krat. Geppetto's nature is warm like a father to Geppetto's puppet, but is that the complete story? He does feel responsible for the puppet frenzy happening, so that's something at least. We received the Mad Donkey outfit set, a hidden moonstone, and the Krat City Hall key. The maximum number of pull cells has also increased to 4 instead of 3. We open the gate and rest at the Krat City Hall Stargazer. Behind a strong enemy is the broken baby puppet, which we can give to the weeping woman. If we lie to her and say the baby is cute, she gives us a record and some ergo, but if we tell the truth and say that it's a puppet, then she just gives us ergo. The record that she gives us could be played at Hotel Krat to restore our humanity. And the action of lying to her also made our springs react. And there's also a body that's affected in a weird biological way, maybe the petrification disease or something else. At the end of the City Hall level, there's a building where you can use your collected star fragments. At the end of the City Hall, there's a building where you can use your collected star fragments. Star fragments allow you to summon an ally, so that should let you know you're in store for a major boss. After opening the doors, a cutscene plays. The Scrapped Watchman is the hardest boss in the demo. The massive puppet was meant to be a lovable police mascot, created by the great Vanini. The puppet's weak spot is on his butt light, especially if you use your fist. After defeating him, he drops overcharged battery, broken hero's ergo, core, and quartz. A stargazer then appears in the center of the arena. A note is left by Beniti stating his factory has been occupied by the puppets and he will handle it. The rest he leaves for Geppetto, whom he trusts more than anyone. That's the end of the City Hall area that's playable in the demo. Gemini instructs us to go back to the hotel. Sophia is super happy about saving Geppetto, and she informs us that he is on the second floor. We speak to Geppetto, and he wants us to save Vanini and clear out the factory. He also reminds us to be careful who we tell about the hotel, since it's the last safe place in Krat. He says some stuff to seem fatherly, and the demo ends. And that's the entire story review analysis of my Lies of P demo experience. And it was the best demo I ever played. I pre-ordered the deluxe edition, and I'm going to do the early access on Friday the 15th in the evening, so you're welcome to join me for that. That'd be a nice thing to do. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. It was a refreshing take on Pinocchio, and it was a refreshing take on the Souls-like genre. Thanks for watching. Be wary of dangerous people, and always be a good boy to me.